I'm going to be talking about the question, when can you go back to working out normally after you've had a herniated disc, and hopefully give you guys a few little bits of guidance. And we're talking about herniated disc down in the lower back. First things first, most of you guys, a significant majority, are going to have herniated discs, bulging discs, slip discs, whatever you want to call them, injuries that are the root cause of your lower back pain or sciatica down here in the last two segments of the lumbar spine. We're talking L4-5 and L5-S1. And so that's where these injuries are going to arise. And what do you classically see with these kind of problems? You see that the person cannot load bear effectively or has significant limitation in load bearing. They have significant limitation in moving in certain positions. They find that when you bend one way or another, you move the spine in a certain direction or another direction, you find that you get that flaring up of lower back pain because you put the spine into a vulnerable position, a position it is not happy to be in. And so we end up getting a flare up and it sets us back. Now, we get a lot of questions, and we've had a good few recently of people really thinking about getting back into the gym. I want to go and I want to train arms, I want to do chest press, etc. But I've got really bad sciatica. What am I going to do here? And it's something that is worthy of consideration. I think too often people are so focused on getting back into the gym and doing that other work, the mirror muscles, let's say, that they forsake the lower back. And often we're trying to work out because we want to have longevity. We want to have a strong, healthy back for the long term. We don't want to have this vulnerability where we go and pick up a water bottle and all of a sudden we've got raging sciatica for the next 3 weeks. Like, it's no good. And so we really want to have a good strategy. And in our impatience to get back to training the mirror muscles, biceps, chest, etc., we're forsaking our lumbar spine. If we can just have a bit of poise to focus on the essentials, we can get back to working out like quote unquote normal, in no time at all. And so a couple of things to consider if we're kind of trying to get a formula for going back into the gym. And the very first is be honest with yourself. This is why exercises in spine stability are so helpful. Because if you're doing a hip hinge, you're doing a squat, you're going to do that when you go and do the bicep curls, and you're going to do that when you go and do the chest press machine or the bench press machine, because you're going to sit down and you're going to pick up the weights. And so to demonstrate both of these things, so things are very, very clear, when I'm going to go and do my biceps, I might have, all right arms, and I'm going to go and do a lightweight, and I'm going to pick up the 10 kilos over here. You better believe I've just done a hip hinge. When I go put them down on the bench, I've done a hip hinge. When I go and sit down to do my bench press, I'm going to do a squat. So if I'm worried about doing a 5, 10 kilo, let alone a body weight squat, then why am I considering going and training arms for fun in the gym and being impatient about that fact? So just take a moment. One of the really important things that you need to understand is you're not working out doing your rehab for rehab's sake. You're doing your rehab because those specific exercises are actually going to be there to build resilience outside of the gym.